I feel obligated to tap into what the hell happened with Ohio State this weekend. I mean, we can say it was weather. We can say it was wind. It was there for sure. But I mean, thank you for telling me to stop it, Max. What happened?
Listen, they've been sleepwalking this entire season through all of these games. And you go into a Northwestern team that's 1-7. 1-7. And not to be offensive, but they have like the worst quarterback room in all of America when you look at it.
Their wide receiver room isn't much better.
I was about to say the wide receiver room doesn't look that much better, but they can't. And it was just not to say it was like, oh my gosh, we got caught with gimmicks. But Ohio State is one of those teams. They literally played down to their competition until like the last minute. And they've done it look at the Penn State game.
It reminds me a lot of Florida State.
Yeah.
Jameis's year after the national championship.
Bingo. You play down to your team, and it's like, come on, like just throttle them and put the threes in. That's all you have to do.
Yeah.
Here's the problem. Ryan Day's play calling in the first half of these games is so horizontal and so unimaginative, and they don't have a run game that supports that. Go ahead, Felder. I like it.
I think he's trying to – I'm not going to sit here and call him Nick Saban at all. Yeah, I think he's trying to prove a point and force an issue, and I don't think that he knows how to do it. Because when Nick Saban decides to prove a point with respect to the run game, they run the hell out of that football.
Yeah.
Ryan Day is trying to make them run the football, but they don't do it. And they can't do it. And they don't move bodies. That's why, listen, wait till we get to my 3 stars, because I got somebody in here for your ass. But no, I also think that, like, if they can you imagine if they just came out in a game and they were like, I guess we're just going to throw every play? They'd win by 35 points every game.
Yeah.
But they're trying to force the run. I will say
they're trying to be balanced. They're trying to show balance to show that they're a team that you can't game plan against and take something away from them. But they're taking away from themselves in the process.
I will say this, and we talked about this before. I was very impressed with CJ Stroud.
Yeah.
I was impressed with there were no sacks.
No
sacks.
But
he ran for 79 yards. You know what? CJ Stroud probably watches our show, and he heard me say, you can't give ground and you can't try to climb up to the high side and take a 12-yard sack when a 2-yard sack will do. Those 10 yards are a huge difference.
When in doubt, go north.
Yes.
When in doubt, go north.
Up
and away, and let it happen. And I'll say this, he followed that part of it, but it's still one of those things where I look at it and there's certain situations that put him into those situations, right?
Right.
Some of the route concepts that they run, and
the ones that take too long,
that take forever to develop. Like, why do you have a 14 to 15 yard crossing route, rub route, right?
Right.
Why is it that deep? Why can't you do it at 6 or 7?
Do your scissors at 6, run scissors at 6. And you know what? If you want to make something special, have him, instead of him running scissors, at that inside part of the scissors, have him bang it to a dig.
Or just run a comeback.
Yes.
Like you said, run a comeback with a post over the top.
You cross off the line.
Yeah.
And then you hit a stop and you get this. Somebody's got to make a choice.
And guaranteed, an 18, 19-year-old is not going to make the right decision.
Somebody's going to be open.
Somebody's going to be wide open. And, and I get some of the RPO stuff. I love the layers on that. But once again, it's like, don't let that be your only type of situation, right?
Right.
Or you're depending on Marvin Harrison to run some type of delayed crossing route that saves you at the last second.
Well, just like if you're going to run mesh all the time, just run mesh all the time.
Yeah.
Have them sit out, because guess what? JT Barrett was not as good of a quarterback as CJ Stroud, but JT Barrett running mesh, he understood the guy's going to be open here, or here.
And get through that progression quick.
And I don't have to wait for it. I'm not going to take, I guess, you know what I'm not going to do? Won't take a sack.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's what it has to come down to. Making the decision-making easy, making sure that where you're going to make that decision, just make it easy for them.
Well,
That's what it comes down to.
We're watching a freaking Tennessee team that makes it easy. Do that. Put them out there.
Your same concepts are still on your squad.
Yeah.
You're still getting the 4 wides.
Yeah.
You still spread guys out. It's like, make a declaration if that's the case. But when you keep it tight, when you run twins and all these other concepts, it makes it tough.
Yeah.
And why make it tougher on your quarterback when
Bingo.
all you want to do is score? Because we've seen you can do it. You can score 28 points in 6 minutes.
Yep.
We know you can do it, but why put yourself in a hole in the first half of the game?
Yeah. Trying to prove a point.
Where do you think this ends for Ryan Day and Ohio State then? Because
the playoff.
Yeah, they're in the playoff.
Well, okay, but in the playoff, is he still doing that?
No.
Or is it simplified?
No.
He's doing, I will say this. I think the biggest difference between Ryan Day and Urban Meyer is he knows when he can win. And Urban Meyer, listen, Max, I know you're a Florida guy. Like, I think that he knows. I think Ryan Day he doesn't have the pride that Urban Meyer had.
Well, and it's not going to last to the Michigan game. Like,
Right.
he's going to break all of those rules at the Michigan game. And once the cat's out of the bag,
Just do it.
Championship will be that way, and the first round of the CFP will be
Bingo.
that way. He's going to break it before the end of the season.
Bingo.
Because that's the first challenge. So it will be a moot point by that time.
You said it. You said it better than I could, because the reality of it is when I think about Urban, I think about he still wanted to prove to people that he could be a quarterback developer and do all this and do all that. And Ryan Day's like, no, I got this job and I just have it now. And so, like, I just want to make sure I keep it.
Yeah, exactly. And I will exhaust all resources. Hey, Herm Edwards, stop. You play to win the game. That's it.
You know what would help him keep that job he wants to keep so very badly? Beat Michigan this year.
Yeah.
Just saying that.
I expect they will.